This is the official podcast for the Adelaide Football Club.
Well, here we are, the round 17 edition of the Adelaide Crows podcast. We have the one and only Paddy Dangerfield.
The
Welcome,
People's
mate.
Podcast, Jock. The People's Podcast. And you brought 2 weeks in a row.
And you've brought in a special friend.
Yes, one of my great mates of the footy club, Josh Jerka Jenkins. Welcome, Joshy.
And he's come in with his own agenda, hasn't he?
Oh, fair dinkum. You know, if you log on to the Adelaide Now website, you can just get a bit of a taste of the old of Josh Jenkins' take on football, and writes an article every week, and most of the time it's crap, but no, it's very good, Joshy. Very good. Good to have you here.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's been a while between drinks.
Your last online column, Josh, you want to discuss this? If you copped a bit of grief about it, you want to explain or feel like you need to talk about this more in this relaxed and wide-reaching forum?
I have been criticised. One thing I would like to get across that the columns I write are opinion pieces. Usually, last time I checked, everyone's entitled to an opinion. But yeah, I wrote the top 10, my favourite players in the league. There was actually 12 players that I listed, which everyone let me know about, but I don't really need to defend myself. Nick Nat Nui.
What number was I?
8th, 7th. Only young.
Jeez.
Nick Nat's probably...
Nick Nat's 22 as well, Josh.
Don't want to pick you up on that one.
Jesus.
You'll get there.
So who gave you the most grief about it, mate?
This is where Twitter can be bad, can't it?
Yeah. Social media's...
I thought you're all over social media.
Not a Facebook fan at all.
No, I'm more on the Twitter front I'm talking.
Yeah, yep. I am.
Josh, you came back into the side on the weekend. Good to be back in.
It was good. It was good to play with Tom Lynch as well, who I haven't played with before.
Loves it over the back, doesn't he, Lynchy? Doesn't he just try and... If anyone's having a set shot from 20 metres, he's just running into open goal. He just wants that Joey the Goose over the top.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And he got good at that in the NAB Cup.
He did.
Fortunately, the Cup mustard anymore.
Leading the AFL for shots inside the square, running into open goal. So, interesting statistic there.
Now, boys, we've got a big clash this weekend.
Oh, massive job
against the West Coast Eagles. We got over them in the NAB Cup Grand Final, but it's going to be a different story this weekend.
No, it'll be the same story. We'll still win.
Not saying that, but you're probably expecting a tougher contest.
No, they're certainly travelling well, and they've had some injuries, but I suppose they've tested their depth in the last month, 2 months, Josh. But they've still been in very, very good form.
Very good side. They play well at home. Luckily, we've got them here, so see what we can do.
What about yourself, Josh? You mentioned Nick Nat's one of your favourite players to watch, and obviously he and Dean Cox doesn't get much tougher than that for you guys this week.
No, it doesn't. My plan is to kick a couple of goals early and
and then just play forward for the rest of the game.
Not be required in the ruck. So that's the way I'm going to go head into the game. And Kurt should be back, so we'll send him in there.
And how's Saucy going to go against arguably the best ruck duo in the land?
Well, you know, they might be arguably the best ruck duo, but we have, and this is not arguably, we have the best ruckman in the comp, Jock. So it's, you know.
That, mate.
Could this just pencil him in as an All-Australian this weekend?
Well, he's been in sensational form, and I think Josh would agree with me. I'd back Torse in whoever we play, whether it's Stuart Lowe, Polly Farmer, or Nick Nat Nui. Sauce has been in terrific form all year, so hopefully he can continue that on the weekend.
Yeah, I agree. Don't get too caught up in what happens in the middle. I think Sauce will give us a fair bit around the ground too.
Yes.
Nice little milestone this week as well. Bernie Vince playing his 100th. He's hit a nice bit of form the last few weeks with the 9 votes from the coaches in the GWS game.
Yeah, it's been very good. Beautiful by foot, hand candy, foot candy, sells it all. Joshy, but
doesn't mind kicking the ball.
No, he's been in very good form for us. So it's great to see Bernie play his 100th, and hopefully there'll be another 100 to come.
It was good to see in the paper he's been on his best behaviour. I see a little article in there, so touch wood.
Nice headline, big weekend at Burn.
Did you see it? If you know, obviously everyone's on Twitter here, so you know the Twitter name
parody account.
Big Weekend at Burnie. What is it?
Big Weekend at Burnie.
Big Weekend at Burnie. So I really enjoyed that back page spread.
Now, Danger, how are you, mate? There's you pulled up a little sore, but you're going to be right to go.
I'm thinking it's just remnants of the spider bite from last week.
No, copped a bit of a knock on my leg, but everything else is A-OK, Jock.
Alright, so all the media listening, he is ready and ripe to go.
Yep. Now, I just couldn't be bothered coming out early training the other day, so I thought, if I can just sneak out later on, I reckon I'll be fine. So,
Alright, probably some time to head to Twitter and get some questions. The Ask Daniel questions. What do you got for us, Kat?
Well, the first one was, wants to know if you'll go fishing. So there's an invite for you.
Yeah, look, my boat is still for sale, so if anyone's looking for a 6.3 metre smuggler, it's a 1989 model. It's got a 260 horsepower Merc Cruiser engine, and I've got it for sale for 20 grand. It's an absolute Barry Argan, Josh.
89, so it's older than both of us.
No, but the motor's a 2002 model.
Right.
So it's a really good outfit.
What have you upgraded to? You're not just getting rid of a boat.
No, I've downgraded. I've got a smaller boat actually. Yeah, something a little bit more manageable for myself.
Okay, Shahira Bryant would like to know...
Shakira.
Shakira. Would like to know, it's my 22nd birthday on Saturday. Happy birthday. What would you get her for a present?
What did I get her for?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Oh, Jesus.
Date with Tom Lynch. What do you reckon?
Oh,
Yeah, we're onto something.
oh, absolutely.
Girlfriend is away, so...
So, yep, she's in Bali at the moment, so, yeah, maybe a date with Tom Lynch.
Poor girl.
Jaden Allison would like to know, how hard do you and all other AFL players work during the week?
No, we do nothing.
I could... you can speak for yourself, but I work fairly hard. I've got 2 jobs, actually. Footballer and writer.
Oh, but you only take one of those seriously.
That's the writing.
Yeah, right. No, very, very hard, Kat. A lot of our week is divided in, or basically 2 parts: recovery and then preparation, isn't it, Joshy?
Yep.
I don't think people understand quite, some people don't understand quite how much goes into it. You hear pretty much full-time. It's a full-time gig.
Oh, it certainly is. 24/7, 24/8, 8 days a week. I'm at the club, Josh. What about you?
No, you got a few more media commitments than I have, so...
Please, you're writing for the advertiser. You and Michelangelo Rucci.
You gotta earn your free Toyota and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Got a feeling
Every Thursday night.
this might be another one of your mates' morgues. Why does he not want anyone to know about a place called Cathedral Rocks?
Oh, right.
Last night's interview.
No, last night's interview on 3AW. What was the...
Oh, was this the world's
Sports
best
Today.
ever interview?
Yeah, Sports Today with Jared Healy and BT. Jared's obviously a surfer and knows a fair bit about the Victorian coastline and surfs a bit down there, and so does BT, who spends a bit of time at Lawn, and Cathedral is a little surf break between my home in Moggs Creek and Lawn. It's a very nice little quiet break, and I'd like to keep it that way, Kat.
You're fairly white for a surfer.
Yeah, well, it is cold down our way, Josh.
You've got a bit of pink though at the
I do
moment.
wear a
Is that
4-3 wetsuit.
Sydney game? Bit of sunburn?
Yeah, just a bit of solarium time with Tippo last week.
He has been in there, hasn't he?
No, Tippo, just quietly, I think Tippo has been in the solarium, Josh, because no one has a
agree.
tan like that in the depths of winter.
Fully agree.
Like, I obviously when we train, you can wear shorts and skins and all that sort of stuff. For the first time in a while, I wore shorts last week, and my bones are actually see-through. If I broke my leg, you wouldn't need an X-ray. You could just look at it basically with a light behind it, because I could see every muscle, everything, Joshy.
Yeah, I'm not far behind you.
You mentioned Tippo. His contract's going to be talked about. We don't want to talk about that. But Taylor Walker's actually threatened to burn down his house if he doesn't re-sign. Would you be concerned if he'd threatened to burn down your house, JJ?
Well, you would with Tex, because he legitimately probably would do it. Yeah, so I wouldn't burn down his house. I would just probably steal his car, so then he can't get to the airport, Joshy.
Now back to this weekend, boys.
Massive weekend, Josh.
It is.
Who are you going to get,
weekend.
Danger? How's that midfield looking? They're pretty dangerous.
They've been, I suppose, Shuey's out for another week, so they've had a few new players come through there, and Maston's played a bit through there. Scott Selwood's been in terrific form. Obviously, Pritis has been in outstanding form all season, and is a very good clearance player for them. And obviously, Daniel Kerr, who hits most stoppages at speed and has cut us open in the past. So we're going to have to be wary of those 4, aren't we, Joshy?
We will. We just got to get in our half to our good forwards that we've got.
Yep, you're right on top of it there, Josh. You seem really excited to be here, and I'm glad you've come in today. So, maybe you should stick to the printed media.
Yeah, right.
You've
Back
got,
to the Twitter questions. I've got one for you.
okay. Go ahead.
You recently started referring to yourself a lot in the third person. A heck of a lot.
It's not true, Josh. It's only because I spend so much time with you and Tom Lynch. And for some reason you think I refer to myself as Dangy.
Wow, there you go. That's what he
we've
calls
got
himself.
Wingnut, Dangy, Jerka, and then you've got Lynchy, who I call the Chief because he's got receding hairlines like the Chief.
Dunstall.
Like Dunstall, the Chief, yeah.
Right. I'm sure Dunstall will be thrilled with that.
Nice feedback.
Now, a bit of a stat I've picked up on Danger this week. You're leading the competition in contested possessions. You personally. Is that something you've been working on more inside, or you're just toning down the outside work, or is it just, I guess, the gut-busting running's getting to you?
Oh, yeah. No, I think it's I need to been a little bit down the last couple of weeks, John. Last 3 weeks, haven't been happy, so time to... Josh, every time you get the ball...
Which is not often.
Well, hopefully I'll tell you what, every time I get the ball, I'm just going to bomb it to you mark it, and then we'll get a handball receive.
1-2.
Yeah.
Jared Healy's... He wants you to lift.
He was into me.
The Brownlow medalist has put it on you to lift.
Yep, he was into me. I said, right, I've got to pull my finger out this week, so...
Do it for Jared.
I'm doing it for Jared and BT.
He's into Nick Nat Nui too, I heard, which is pleasing. Stir the bear.
Wants him to jump 8 metres.
Which is possible for him.
Well, boys, thanks for coming in. Good to have you, Josh. He might get you in next week as well.
Any football today? No. Oh, well.
It's just been a bit of a mockery, this one, but all the best this weekend and hopefully get the 4 points over the West Coasters.
Beautiful. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Kat.
Thanks for listening to the official podcast of the Adelaide Football Club.